Several years ago, if you were to ask me the most traumatic experience I've ever had, I would have said losing my mother to breast cancer at the age of 16. A few years ago, I would have said being sexually assaulted multiple times by a spiritual community leader. But now, if you were to ask me the most traumatic experience of my life, I would say speaking out and coming forward. January 9th, 2017 stands out amidst a long, difficult, painful process where I sought resources designed to protect and support me that ultimately installed fear and doubt. No victim should ever endure this kind of negligent treatment. January 9th, 2017, I went to the police department to file a sexual assault police report, which included 50 minutes of questioning by the detective, accompanied with my victim advocate. Under the stress of the abuse and the triggers of having to revisit and recall a series of abusive events in chronological order, which is not, I had a difficult time doing, which is not uncommon for victims, the detective grew increasingly impatient with me. I was asked things like, why didn't I fight back? Why didn't I report right away? Why did I allow it to happen more than once? At one point, when the detective stepped out of the room, I started to blank out. I was trying to tell the advocate that I don't know what's going on, I can't remember anything. After the detective doubted my account of abuse and told me several times that there's no way that I was sexually assaulted, the detective asked me to leave because another person was waiting. I got my stuff together, and the detective told me to leave and said that she wanted to talk to the advocate alone. I felt embarrassed and numb, navigating my way out of the police department. I was sick to my stomach after exposing painful details of my assault to individuals I assumed would help me. This account of my attempt to file a police report started a series of challenging circumstances brought on by this broken system. My account of assault and abuse was not believed, and therefore I did not get any support, which led to increased re-victimization. Because I was not believed, the man who abused me is still an active predator in the community. Yesterday, I was at the Des Moines airport waiting to board the plane to come here, and right in front of me was the abuser. In case I had any doubts about this experience, the abuser standing right in front of me made it clear that this is the reason why I need to be here, to share my story. What good is it to speak up if the people of power are not going to listen? This is exactly why rape victims don't come forward, because they fall into the nightmare of public servants who drag them through the mud. Senator Grassley, you have the opportunity to pave the way by setting the tone and demonstrating what leadership looks like. That those who wound others and leave scars don't get away with it. How you vote on this will say a lot about you and where you stand. By voting to confirm Kavanaugh, you are driving victims to continue living in the shadows.